In this video, we will look at rational inequalities. So there are several steps that we need to know. First step, move all the term to one side and 0 on the other side. More or less like quadratic equation, one side must be 0. Second step, remember that never multiply the denominator with variables x, where the denominator has the variable of x, to the other side. After this, I will show you some example that student tends to do the mistake. Third, we need to simplify. Fourth, find the critical value and critical line, like quadratic inequalities. Fifth, construct the table, like quadratic inequalities. And finally, choose the correct sign. So let's look at example 1. Solve the inequality. So here is the rational inequalities. So the most common mistake made by the student is what they do is 2x plus 5 less than 5. What they tend to do is they multiply the denominator, means that they multiply the denominator to the right hand side to become x minus 2 less than 5 times 2x plus 5. And remember that this is wrong. Never multiply the denominator with variables of x to the other side. So in this case, to the right hand side. So never multiply the denominator to the right hand side unless the denominator is a constant. So now we have variable of x cannot multiply to the right hand side. So this is wrong. So what we do is we let one side equals to 0. What does it mean? So it means that x minus 2 over 2x plus 5. We will move 5 to the left hand side. It will become minus 5 less than 0. So this 5 actually is over 1. So we combine the denominator. What we do is we multiply with 2x plus 5. Numerator multiply by 2x plus 5. So that we can combine the fraction. So here we have x minus 2 over 2x plus 5 minus 1 times 2x plus 5 is 2x plus 5. Now the numerator will become 5 in the bracket 2x plus 5 less than 0. Then we try to expand. So x minus 2 over 2x plus 5 minus, here when I try to expand, it will become 10x plus 25 over 2x plus 5 less than 0. Finally, here I can combine this fraction. So it will become x minus 2. Be careful with the negative. Now from here it will become negative 10x, negative positive, against negative positive will become negative minus 25 over 2x plus 5 less than 0. We try to simplify this equation. So this expression, so x minus 10x is negative 9x. Negative 2 minus 25 is negative 27 over 2x plus 5 less than 0. So again, you have to remember, never multiply the denominator with variables of x to the other side. Second, what we do is we move 5 to the left hand side to make sure that one side is 0. Then we try to simplify, and here is the simplest form. Next, like quadratic equation, we try to find a critical value. How are we going to find the critical value? By letting the numerator and denominator equals to 0, means that negative 9x minus 27 is equals to 0, negative 9x is equals to 27, x will be equals to negative 3. Whereas for 2x plus 5, so 2x plus 5 is equals to 0, 2x is equals to negative 5, x will become negative 5 over 2. So negative 5 over 2 actually is negative 2.5. So next, the critical line. So for critical line, we have two values. The smaller value will be negative 3. Second value is negative 5 over 2. So we need 3 intervals. So the first interval, again, from negative infinity until negative 3. Second interval from negative 3 until negative 5 over 2. The third interval is until positive infinity. So again, the question is not included. So it's a square bracket, it's a round bracket. So we move on to the next slide. So first will be the interval, test value, and sign of the fraction. So the fraction is negative 9x minus 27 over 2x plus 5 less than 0. Negative 9x minus 27. So here is negative 9x minus, so I use red color, say negative 9x minus 27 over 2x plus 5 less than 0. So the first interval, you can see at this slide, is negative infinity until negative 3. The first interval will be negative infinity until negative 3 again. So you can see that here is not included. So we will use a square bracket, a round bracket, and a circle, a small circle. So this is not included. So therefore here is not included. The second interval will become negative 3 until negative 5 over 2. The third interval will become negative 5 over 2 until positive infinity. So test value, let's say here I put negative 10. So negative 2.5 until negative 3, let's say negative 2.8. Negative 5 over 2 until infinity, let's say I put positive 10. It's not necessary in fraction, I can use a whole number. So next I will substitute negative 10 into x. So from here negative 10 times negative 9, positive 90 minus 27. So the numerator is positive. Denominator, 2 times negative 10, negative 20 plus 5 is negative. So the first sign, positive, negative is negative. The second sign, negative 2.8. You can use your calculator. Negative 9 times negative 2.8 will be 25.2. Minus 27 will become negative. You can use your calculator. Again, negative 2.8 times 2. Negative 2, 2 times negative 2.8 plus 5. So here is negative, positive. Finally, when I substitute 10, negative 9 times 10. So it's negative 90 minus will become negative 10 times 2, 20 plus 5. 25 is a positive. So here is negative. So again, you have to remember, substitute the value into x and just take the sign. Next, we look at this one. Now the question requests less than 0. Less than 0 means that is negative. Therefore, we are choosing the negative sign because less than 0. So the answer will be interval, let's say interval notation or interval form. The answer will become from negative infinity until negative 3 or negative 5 over 2 until positive infinity for the real number line. So the answer will become, we have negative 3 and negative 5 over 2. Both of them are not included. For negative 3, approach negative infinity. So the arrow pointed to the left. For negative 5 over 2, approach positive infinity. Is pointed to the right. So this is the example for the first example of rational inequalities. Here is the answer for the first example of rational inequalities.